the country is not what it used to be. And what it used to be is a goddamn free-for-all. And nothing exemplified that better than Action Park. There's a new documentary coming out, so it's going to get exposed, or it might even be out, right? It's out now?
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, it's out now. And so this used to be something that like New York, New Jersey, and the tri-state area knew. But I'm hoping with this documentary that it brings it to like the forefront for everybody, because Action Park it's like a modern wonder of the world, if you ask me. It is the last time in American, it really seriously might be the last time in American history where like litigation nation wasn't a thing. And it was just like, fuck it, we're going to try to do some cool stuff. And people might get hurt. And some people might even die. But it's going to be awesome. And like you just cross your fingers and you hope you're not one of those people who's injured or dead. And for the rest of you, it's going to be pretty fucking dope. That doesn't exist anymore. And probably for the best. I understand why. But Action Park was like as close as you can get to Westworld without being
that's
like,
a great comparison.
Really far-fetched. And I mean that like kind of sincerely. Like the creator, I didn't get a chance to watch the doc yet, but there was an AMA with the son of the creator. Mm-hmm. And he was like, I wanted to create a open, what's it called? Like open source or whatever, where like free roaming, where like you decide, it's like a choose, like you can decide how fast you're going. You decide what direction you're going to go. It's kind of like what do they call those sandbox games in the video game world? So like you're on a zip line and you are in control of it. Well, guess what? 11-year-olds don't know how to fucking control a zip line. And he created this shit that was like, we're going to go super fast. We're going to go upside down. We're going to have loops. We're going to, there's going to be no nets, no harnesses, no parachutes. And 5 people died and like dozens got like severely injured. And yet somehow it still ran from 78 to 94 or 96.
Dude, a person died in the wave pool. They cleared the wave pool. They pulled his body out. They reopened the wave pool. People went back into it.
I mean, that sucks for that guy, Sucks for that guy. It's like, it's like popcorn reading. Well, you weren't ready. You didn't know you weren't following along. You get embarrassed. I threw the ball. You didn't know the state capital of Wyoming. You were in the wave pool. You drowned. But we're not going to ruin it for the rest of the fucking crowd who knows how to fucking swim.
And this was absolutely impossible out in the social media era, because people would be like, they said that the reason that the people would drown is because the water was so cloudy, and one of the reasons was human waste. Like they just said that. They said that was part of the reason why you couldn't see to the bottom. It was just like people would shit in the pool, and like now if somebody shits in the pool, it goes everywhere. I mean, shout out Odell Beckham. Like you're gonna know about this shit. It's gonna be front page news. It's like everybody's gonna take a picture and it's gonna be on some Facebook page somewhere. But now it's just like that. That was part of it.
What do you think? Is this Odell's real?
Yeah, I think it's probably real.
I think there's an equal case to be made. I mean, those girls are absolutely clout chasing hoes, and they did just make a boatload of money. Mm-hmm. And I can see them being like, "Yo, let's do this again." And I could see that one girl being like, "You know what? I fucked Odell Beckham once. He wasn't like he was a dick to me. I've got a little bit of dirt on him. Let's embellish." A lot of people. Then the other side of the coin is, one, Odell is kind of a weird cat, and I'm sure he's into some weird shit. And two, that story felt so real and convincing that it's like, But I will say this, never underestimate, like a crazy girl will like have a rock solid story and will like practice that shit in the mirror. Like they can flip a switch and be like, like totally fake and phony and very convincing. So I would, it's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object versus of Odell Beckham Jr., who was just this tidal wave of fucking weird. Mm-hmm. And, the no jumper girls who are just this. I mean, they're the scariest girls in America. Forget about MS-13. Forget about the Latin Kings, Bloods, Crips, the mob. The scariest gang in the world is the no jumper girls. And if you fuck the no jumper girls and you've done some weird shit and you have you have a celebrity status, you either have to have them killed or you gotta kill yourself or you gotta like get ahead of this story because they're talking about it.
Just embrace this shit. Just be like, yeah, man, call me up if you're into that. Call me. Odell should just be like, listen, anybody who's willing to provide, shout.
Well, and people are like, you see that girl? Like, she's not hot enough. I'm like, those are the girls who would do shit stuff, you know?
Yeah, like fucking Kendall Jenner is not gonna shit on you. Sorry, dude.
No girl worth her weight is doing poop stuff, okay? You gotta get the weirdos to do that. Selena Powell is such a savage. She keeps DMing me being like, why didn't you tag me in these videos? It's like, because I'm calling you a hoe and you just don't care. I was always like, oh, God, these girls are really not going to like me. Like, I don't want to be in the crosshairs. The reason I'm in the crosshairs is because I don't
start fucking tagging her. We don't want the smoke.
Apparently, I'm like, shit. I thought I was trying to, like, skate under the radar so you guys wouldn't hate me. I'm like, jeez.
Yeah, well, I'll make it 10 straight weeks that we talk about OnlyFans. But the OnlyFans, like, scenario now is flipping the whole game on its head because
the girl saying she was sucking everyone's dick, that gets people to sign up for OnlyFans. I'm not signing up for the OnlyFans of
but going viral will get enough signups. You're right that's not like the best marketing to get more signups, but she's the type of girl who gets called for shit stuff. She's not the type of girl that gets called for like suck eight dicks. She's got a very niche market. And now
she could probably charge like $99 a month for her OnlyFans because if you're into that, you don't have many options.
Yeah, and now everyone knows that she will at least try to do that, and there are fucking weirdos out there that'll probably pay a lot of money for it.
People were like, I just don't believe that kind of stuff happens. I'm like, bro, everything happens. Yeah. Everything you think of. John tried to make up a sex term the other day, and it was real. He called it the Toronto toe job. And then they Googled it, and the Toronto toe job is a thing.
Not even like the actual city, too. Oh, my God.
Like there is nothing with holes and body parts that has not been done yet. Ugh. Humans have been around for what? How long have humans been around for? 100,000 years, a couple 100,000 years, some shit like that.
Right. Sounds right.
They have taken objects and body parts of others and put them every place you can imagine. They have done everything with their body to another person imaginable, and then they've named it, and then they've recorded it. So, no, there is nothing, oh, no, that doesn't actually happen in real life. It all happens. Poop, piss, puke, all the gross shit, it all happens.
mean, didn't Biggie do like a skit about it? Wasn't there?
That, you nasty motherfucker, and he's like farting and shit. Ugh.
And I think he was like, I think in the skit, he was saying that the girl wanted him to shit on her. And he was like, shit on you? Like, I'll shit on you. Like, I'll fuck you and not call you. I'll fucking talk trash about you. But and then at the end, he's just like, so I fucking dropped my pants and shit on her.
Dude, last person,
I don't know if that actually happened, but that was like, they were talking about that in 1997.
But one of the last people you want in the world to ever exist shit on you. Christopher Wallace taking a shit on you. I mean, those are not pleasant. Those are not good shits. Those are not good.
It was either him or Pun, and that who did this skit because it was like I remember it being like these are two disgusting dudes that like this is revolting.
I mean, Pun is like one of those guys. Like, how's the shit even get out of your butt? Like your butt cheeks are like so big and heavy and sealed that somehow the poop got through it. I mean, that's impressive, man.
Oh man, let's talk about amusement parks because this.
Yeah, back to amusement parks. Action Park had a loop slide.
Cannonball loop.
Reckless. Cannonball loop. Like I think that's where like most of the people died. They also had the Alpine zip line where there was like 26 severe injuries before they thought about shutting it down. Cannonball loop got that had its good run before they shut that down.
Cannonball Loop is insane. It's like based on a roller coaster. Roller coasters you get strapped in. You can't just be like loose, free flowing. And they were like, all different people of different weights and sizes. Like there's no way that you can just calculate the physics so that you're absolutely going to flip upside down. There's going to be a 90-pound kid and there's going to be a 180-pound man going down.
Bro, the nickname for the wave pool was just called the grave pool. Like, you're going to die in there. It's not a wave pool. It's a grave pool. On average, how many, maybe they said this in the documentary, so I don't know. How many rescues per day from the lifeguards. Think about, like, if you're a lifeguard in the ocean, maybe, like, I would have to imagine, like, a couple times a summer.
Right. No, they were saying it was like 3 or 4 every 45 minutes.
It was 30 a day. 30 rescues a day. I mean, that's got to be the hardest job in the world, is being a lifeguard at the grave pool from 1978 to 1989 in Action Park. That is nuts. Because you know what it was too? They said most wave pools have salt water and everyone floats. And this was fresh water and everyone just sank right to the bottom.
Right.
They had, I'm looking at some of the other stats here. They had the first fatality was in the Alpine slide. A 19-year-old employee went right off the track, hit his head. 26 head injuries, severe head injuries, and 14 fractures to the Alpine slide. The Cannonball Loop, the guy goes, yeah, they never quite perfected that one, did they? I mean, it's just...
Dude, they said that one time people were coming out, like, all cut up. Like, they were, like, getting, like ripped open, bleeding. And they were like, what is this from? And they had a hatch in the top. They opened it up, and there was some padding on it. And in the padding was teeth from other people. And the teeth of the people embedded in the padding of the slide was cutting the next guys up. I literally have anxiety about thinking about going down that thing, because if you didn't get up the loop, first of all, you go like halfway up and you just don't have enough momentum, and you like fall back down on your head, and then you're just inside a tube, like a probably dark as fuck tube.
You had to like crawl up it. Like, how do you get up?
They said that there was a hatch in the top, and that's how they would do it. But I'm like, yeah, like throw a rope down or something like that. But you're definitely like in there with water pouring down on you for a little while before people go, he didn't come out. So we gotta, like, I don't know, scramble the teenagers. This entire park was ran by people like between the ages of 12 and 18.
They said they used to give them $100 to test things out. Here's $100. You go be the guinea pig. Okay, see you later, boss. But you know what? It was probably awesome. They probably just like all fucked each other and were like getting drunk on like moonshine and like smoking weed and like doing drugs, and like they probably were all like blasted when they did it. Like, I'll do this for $100.
Oh, definitely.
And then when people came out cut up, everyone was like, "That's awesome! Like, I'm gonna do it too." It's fucking
like,
metal. Like, cool.
They're like, "Why are you bleeding?" He's like, "I don't know." They're like, "That's awesome."
Too, and that's. I mean, I never was that way. I didn't get to go to Action Park because I had parents who wanted to see me live past 14. Right. I kind of am envious of the people who like were like that. We're just like, yeah, like fucking let's do it, and that's just gone. There's like 5 people left in the planet who are like that.
Yeah.